Well, the first half, we were not. It was a rude awakening to BBL basketball. We said this is a different game to the USA game. This is going to be a proper basketball game. And Worcester had a game yesterday, and they were in rhythm. Obviously, they had a good performance against Sheffield, and they came ready for us, and they knocked us out in the first quarter. And we underperformed. We were not ready for it, and we're playing catch up after that. But I think the most important thing is it's about playing together. It's about playing together on both ends, and it got very individual. And second half things improved a bit, but by that time it was too late. On the positive side, this is why we have pre-season. We have these games. We've got to learn from it. Worcester are a title contender, and they were a much better side than we were today.
Yeah, they went on that 10-2 run to start that first period, and on the offensive end for Flyers, just shots weren't seeming to drop early on.
Yeah, I think it's just what type of shots. We've got to have a bit more patience. I think we were just kind of trying to make hero plays at time. We've got to be frustrated, and as a result, we stopped moving the basketball and getting to a second or third side of the floor, and we're just taking early shots. And sometimes when you're not in rhythm, those shots will not go in. If you're in rhythm, things are working for them. And they were in rhythm and they were making their shots, but we weren't. And this is where you got to show patience. You got to move the basketball. You got to trust each other. And this is the process that we're going through. We have a new team, and we got to do it. It was disappointing. I was disappointed by the amount of energy and effort that we showed. But again, this is part of this learning process, and I can tell you right now, we're going to be much better when it comes to next Saturday's game at home.
Yeah, I guess the thing to remember is that it is still pre-season, and you've still got a whole week now until that first home game against Plymouth.
Yeah, and there's a lot of work to be done. I think tonight showed that. We have another game against Worcester on Monday, which will be very important for us. We just got to get developing that trust, build that chemistry, and we've got to look back at ourselves. We've got to watch today's performance, and we've got to learn, and we've got to put it behind us. But we've got to actually learn because the season is upon us, and games will come thick and fast, and we've got to be ready for them. So we've got a week to get things right, and we've got a week to get ourselves ready for the Plymouth game.
You've had a couple of weeks so far in pre-season. What have you learned about this team?
There's a very good atmosphere on this team, and I think people want to get it right. And I think that's the important one. Everyone is willing. Everyone wants to work for the good of the team. It's just not coming out on the court yet, and it's got to take a bit of time. But today's performance will not change that. I really like the players that we have brought in. I really like the atmosphere of the team. We've been doing good things in practice. Now what we've got to do is translate what we do in practice, translate it into a game situation, and also realize that in the BBL, you cannot have like a 5-minute spells where you take time off, especially early in the game, because the other team will get in rhythm. And there's some good players in this league. And Klassen today showed his quality. He scored 25 on us, and he really hurt us. He ran things for Worcester, and we're going to pay the price. If we're not ready, we're going to pay the price. So this is kind of to say, this is an alarm, kind of to say, we've got plenty of work to do. Don't settle. We've got to keep on pushing ourselves. But I'm very excited about the season ahead. I really like the group, and we've got to learn from today, move on, and get ourselves ready for next week.